Well, how's everybody liking San Diego? Oh, it's been a great week, hasn't it? I can tell you that this has been a lot better than my first trip to San Diego. My first trip to San Diego was when I was out here for boot camp in the Navy. Boot camp was very traumatic. I was 18 years old, less than 2 weeks out of high school, and they fly me from Savannah, Georgia, all the way out here to San Diego, California. I had never left home before. That was traumatizing. Then I've got this drill instructor yelling and screaming at me, calling me an idiot. That was traumatizing. Then they take me into this room and they shave all my hair off. Believe it or not, that was traumatizing. It still hasn't grown back. My drill instructor was this mean-looking guy. Looked kind of like this. He was tough. He was scary. He would yell and scream at us all day long. I remember the first weekend in boot camp. You don't get weekends off in boot camp. They take 7 days a week and yell and scream at you every day. Well, he was yelling at us all day Sunday, terrorizing us, and then finally Sunday evening, he gathers us around, he's going to have this moment with us. And he starts telling us about what boot camp's going to be like, and what the real Navy's going to be like once we get out of boot camp. Turns out it's a bunch of fake news. But he was having this little moment with us. He says, you know, does anybody have any questions? You can ask me anything. There are no stupid questions. So I'm thinking, this is my chance. The tonight's theme was parents. Well, I was thinking that I was missing home terribly. And a lot of you parents are thinking, oh, it's great. He was missing his mom and dad. No, I was a teenage boy. I was missing my high school sweetheart. And I finally mustered up the courage. I said, excuse me, sir. When can we use the phone so I can call home? He looks over at me. That was a stupid question. Drop and give me push-ups. That was traumatizing. I never asked another question my entire time in boot camp. So my drill instructor saw me asking that question as a sign of weakness. Well, what I want to talk to you today is about how questions aren't a sign of weakness. Questions can be a powerful tool that can help us improve our performance if we use better questions, get better solutions, and deliver better results. Now, we've already talked about better question, what makes a better question, how and what questions, and how we can use simple, open-ended, short questions as a powerful tool for us to get the information that we need as leaders. Tonight I want to talk about how we can use those better questions to really hone in on really creative, productive solutions. To demonstrate this, I want to do a little exercise. How many of you have ever done brainstorming sessions? Just about everybody. If you haven't, you know how they work. You've got this big, crazy problem, and you're trying to work it out, and you start brainstorming solutions. Well, I was reading an article the other day in Harvard Business Review by a guy named Hal Gregerson, and he had a concept called better brainstorming. Instead of brainstorming questions, or brainstorming solutions, you brainstorm questions. It's a couple of rules that he kind of lays out for you. In order to do this, you don't have to have a bunch of experts that are in the field. Because you're not brainstorming solutions, you're brainstorming questions. Everybody's got questions, right? Everybody can come up with questions. So you brainstorm questions. You do it for a short amount of time, because if you have a short amount of time, you increase your creativity. And you don't try to answer the questions. Just come up with questions and we'll capture them and see how it goes. But I'm going to need a volunteer. The only requirement is you've got to have a pen and a piece of paper. So somebody volunteer for me?
Rajneesh isn't doing it.
Rajneesh, thank you so much.
So are you volunteering to meet?
You're around students all the time, so you're perfectly prepared to do this. Well qualified. I appreciate you volunteering as well. I volunteered once. That's how I ended up out here in San Diego in boot camp. And I realized that Navy was actually an acronym. Never again volunteer yourself. But you're going to be great. You're going to be great. So for this exercise, For this exercise, I've got a landscaping business. Out here in Southern California, we've got all these droughts that have been killing my landscaping business. When I'm cutting grass, business is good, I'm making money. But I just can't get enough of the grass cutting business to keep me going. So I want you guys to help me brainstorm questions about my lack of grass cutting. Who wants to go first? DJ.
How do I stay valuable?
Good question. AK.
What other services might I provide that would be of that?
What other services can I provide?
Who are your best customers?
Who are your best customers? Good questions. Remember the formula. What and how questions are great. Short, simple questions. Well, Rajneesh will be very thankful. Liz, did you have one?
How do I reach new customers?
How do I reach new customers? I think that's a good start. That's a good start. Well, let's see what we have here. Thank you all for participating and thank you for volunteering. Let's give Rajneesh a hand. Thank you. So what we've got here is we've got 4 questions. How do we stay valuable? What services can we provide? Who are our customers? And how do we make new customers? So we're not going to answer any of these questions. There's a lot of great questions. But this one about how can we get new customers, how to make new customers, that's kind of intriguing to me. If I focus in on just this one question, I think I can get towards my solution. So let's review what happened. I had this big crazy problem. I didn't know where to start. And all we did was brainstorm questions. We didn't answer any of them. But by identifying this one question, it's given me some clarity and it helped me narrow my focus on trying to find new customers. Not just grass cutting customers, but new customers. I think if I do that, I can work towards my solution to my overall problem that I didn't know where to start on. So that's how you can use brainstorming questions to help you come up with really good solutions. Here's what happens. Here's why questions make for better solutions. When you hear somebody make a statement, the parts of your brain kick in and start trying to understand what is being said. And then you start analyzing it and try to determine whether you believe it or not. It automatically happens. I can see Jerry, he's looking at me like, I think he's full of crap. He's analyzing what I'm saying. But Rajneesh, let me ask you a question. What happens when you hear somebody ask a question?
I'll start thinking.
See what just happened there? Did you understand what just happened there?
Yeah.
Your brain kicked in like Google, and you started searching for an answer. You didn't analyze the question, you didn't analyze the statement, you started searching for an answer. Your creative and your problem-solving parts of your brain kick in, and all of that happens when you change the punctuation at the end of the sentence from a period to a question mark. Both responses are completely natural and automatic. You can't help yourself. When you hear a statement, you start analyzing it. When you hear a question, you start trying to come up with an answer. If we want to have a reputation, if we want our firms to have a reputation of being creative problem solvers, we need to use periods less and question marks more. You know who asks a bunch of questions? Kids. My daughter had them. Kids, she used to wear me out with questions. She used to wear me out with questions. One day she comes up to me, she says, Dad, where do people come from? And I'm like, I don't want to get into this whole birds and bees details or anything like that. So I said, well, honey, Adam and Eve had babies, and their babies grew up and had babies, and that's where people came from. She goes, okay, thanks, Dad. Then she runs over to Mom and asks Mom the same exact questions, because that's what they do. They ask the same questions over and over again. She says, Mom, where do people come from? And Mom takes a more scientific approach. She says, well, scientists say that people evolved from monkeys, and that's where people came from. Then she runs back over to me and says, Dad, you lied. I said, what are you talking about? She said, You told me that people came from Adam and Eve. Mom just said we came from monkeys. Wait, I can explain. She was talking about her side of the family. Kids ask crazy questions. Kids ask some crazy questions. Kids ask a lot of questions. Some statistics say kids ask 100 to 200 questions a day. Kids ask so many questions they make us parents want to pull our hair out. I'm living proof. But I hope you've learned today that if you ask better questions, what and how type questions, short, simple, open-ended questions, you get better questions. And you can use those questions to come up with more creative solutions. If you frame them the right way, your team will get involved and take ownership and help deliver better results. If you want to improve your performance of your companies, remember that better questions lead to better solutions and you can produce better results. Back in boot camp, my drill instructor didn't like me asking that question. He said it was a stupid question. When can we use the phone? It probably wasn't a very good question. But he also saw that as a sign of weakness. And many times us as leaders, we feel like we can't be asking questions because we have to have all the answers. But let me tell you, the best leaders don't always have the answers. The best leaders have the best questions. Toastmasters.